നമസ്കാരം, എല്ലാവർക്കും പുതിയൊരു വീഡിയോയിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം. ഇന്ന് കുറച്ച് മോഡൽ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ആണ് നോക്കുന്നത്. ഏതൊക്കെ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് എന്ന് നോക്കാം. The duties of an auditor include ഓപ്ഷൻ ഡി ആണ് ആൻസർ. ഓൾ ഓഫ് ദീസ് ആണ് ഡ്യൂട്ടീസ്. ചെക്ക് അരിത്തമെറ്റിക്കൽ ആക്യുറസി, വെരിഫിക്കേഷൻ ഓഫ് അസറ്റ്സ് ആൻഡ് ലയബിലിറ്റീസ്, വെരിഫിക്കേഷൻ ഓഫ് ക്യാഷ് ബാലൻസ്. ഇതെല്ലാം ആൻസർ ആണ്. ഇതെല്ലാം ഓഡിറ്റേഴ്സിൻ്റെ ഡ്യൂട്ടിയാണ്. Next, in India, cooperation is a state subject. Option B and answer, state subject. Next, district level cooperative banks are also known as central bank. Option D and answer, central bank. Next, Colombo plan is related to Malcolm Darling. Option C and answer, Malcolm Darling. Next, SC/ST cooperative societies are classified as dash under the KCS rule. SC/ST societies miscellaneous society ആണ്. ഓപ്ഷൻ എ miscellaneous. നെക്സ്റ്റ്, in dash societies surplus funds were not distributed as dividend but kept as reserve. ഓപ്ഷൻ എ ആണ് ആൻസർ. Raiffeisen societies surplus funds were not distributed as dividend. Dash societies surplus funds were not distributed as dividend but kept as reserve. ഓപ്ഷൻ എ ആണ് ആൻസർ. Raiffeisen. നെക്സ്റ്റ്, expand ICBA International Cooperative Banking Association. Option A and answer, International Cooperative Banking Association. Next, Land Improvement Loan Act was enacted in Land Improvement Loan Act 1883. Option B and answer, 1883. Next, in the dash 5-year plan, All India Rural Credit Review Committee was set up. Option C ആണ് third 5-year plan. The pioneer province in India in the field of cooperation was option B, Madras. Pioneer province in India, the field of cooperation was Madras. Option B, Madras. Dash was the viceroy at the time of enactment of 1904 Act. Option C and answer, Lord Curzon. Next, dash loans are otherwise called production loan. Option C and answer, short term loans. Next, Nadation Committee 1960 is related to dash societies. Nadation Committee, consumer societies. Option C, consumer. Milma was established in connection with option B and answer, Operation Flood second. Next, Land Development Bank lend dash loans to the farmers on the security of land. Option C, medium term loans. Land Development Bank lend medium term loans to the farmers on the security of land. Next, Apex Bank for long term credit in Kerala is option C, State Cooperative Agriculture and Rural Development Bank. Option C an answer. Next, primary function of a commercial banks are dash and lending. Primary functions of commercial banks are option B and answer, borrowing. Commercial banks are borrowing and lending. Option B. Next, which bank is known as popular banks? Option B, urban banks. Which bank is known as popular banks? Urban. Option B, urban. Next, home of agriculture cooperation in the world. Home of agriculture cooperation in the world. Option C, Denmark. Option C, Denmark. Next, agriculture syndicate is the term associated with which country's cooperative movement? Agriculture syndicate is the term associated with which country's cooperative movement? Option B and answer, France. A cooperative society is defined in section dash of KCS Act. Option A and answer, section 2 subsection F. A cooperative society defined in section 2 and subsection F of KCS Act. Next, which committee is known as Cooperative Planning Committee? Option A and answer, Saraiya Committee 1945. Next, SBI was recommended by which committee? SBI recommended by All India Rural Credit Survey Committee. Option C and answer, All India Rural Credit Survey Committee. Next, who is the first president of State Cooperative Union? First president, option C ആണ്, KR ഇലങ്കത്ത്. ഇന്നലെ 25 ക്വസ്റ്റ്യനാണ് നോക്കിയിട്ടുള്ളത്. എല്ലാ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യനും ശ്രദ്ധിച്ച് കേൾക്കുക. വീഡിയോ ഇഷ്ടമാവുകയാണെങ്കിൽ ഷെയർ ചെയ്യുക, ലൈക്ക് ചെയ്യുക, സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യുക. താങ്ക്